What if I told you your life is not small? Your thinking is. And one simple question, one quiet moment, can change everything. Please listen till the end. In a quiet town, there lived a young man named Samir. Samir was not rich. He was not famous. He was not special. He worked in a small tea stall. Every morning, he opened the stall early. He cleaned the counter. He arranged the cups. He made tea for strangers who never looked at his face. His hands smelled of ginger and cardamom. His shirt was always stained. The stall was small, very small. One stove, one wooden bench, one cracked window. Samir sat near that window every day. From that window, he could see a wide road. Bikes moved fast. People walked with purpose. Some looked confident. Some looked like they were going somewhere. Samir watched them quietly, and inside his chest, a soft voice whispered, "This life is not for you." Samir had dreams once. When he was young, he loved to speak. He loved words. He loved telling stories. People stopped to listen when Samir talked. His mother always said, "Your words have power, son." But life became hard. His father left. Money became tight. Responsibilities became heavy. Slowly, the words became silent. Samir told himself, "Be realistic. Be safe. Do not dream too big." Every time a new idea came, fear came faster. What if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I lose the little I have? So Samir stayed quiet. He made tea. He earned just enough. He survived. But every night, when the last customer left, Samir felt something heavy in his chest. Not anger, not sadness, just smallness. Play button, but everything was about to change. Because one morning, a stranger walked in and asked Samir one question he was not ready for. Stay with me. One morning, an old man came to the tea stall. His name was Mr. Bashir. He came every week, always alone, always quiet. He spoke little, but his eyes were sharp. That morning, Mr. Bashir heard Samir talking to a young boy who had come for tea. Samir was explaining something simple, clear, beautiful. The boy was listening with wide eyes. Mr. Bashir waited until the boy left. Then he looked at Samir and said, "You should be teaching." Samir laughed. "Me? I never even finished school." Mr. Bashir did not laugh back. He looked at Samir carefully and asked one simple question. "If nothing was stopping you, no fear, no limits, what would you do?" Samir went quiet. No one had ever asked him this. Not like that. Not seriously. That night, Samir could not sleep. The question stayed inside him like a fire that would not go out. What would I do if I stopped thinking small? He looked around his room. It was small, just like the stall, but there was a window. And through that window, he could see the sky, full of stars. He had never really looked at them before. Samir sat up. For the first time in years, he let himself think freely. No fear, no excuses. I want to teach. I want to speak. I want people to hear my words. His chest felt lighter, like something heavy had finally been put down. The next morning, Samir made a decision. Not a big one, but a brave one. Play button, he did not quit the stall. He did not take a big risk. He did something much smaller and much more powerful. Samir did not quit his job. He did not make a big plan. He did not wait for the perfect moment. He stayed 1 extra hour after the stall closed every evening. He practiced speaking, alone, in front of the cracked window. He talked about things he knew: hard work, struggle, survival, hope. At first, his voice shook. His words stumbled. He felt foolish, but he kept going. Then one day, a neighbor saw him practicing. "What are you doing?" he asked. Samir said honestly, "I am learning to speak." The neighbor laughed. Samir did not stop. 3 weeks later, a young man from the neighborhood came to Samir. He had failed his exams. He was broken. He did not know what to do. Samir sat with him for 1 hour. He talked to him slowly, honestly, with his whole heart. When the young man left, his eyes were different, less heavy, more hopeful. That feeling, Samir had never felt anything like it. Not from making tea, not from surviving. This was different. This was meaning. Slowly, word spread. Not fast, not loud, but steady. One person told another. Samir speaks in a way that reaches you. Go and listen. Fear still came, every single day, but it was weaker now, because Samir's thinking had changed. He was no longer asking, "What if I fail?" He was asking, what if I help just one more person today? That shift, that one small shift in the question, changed everything. Play button, and then one evening, something happened that Samir never expected. Mr. Bashir came back, and what he said stopped Samir completely. Mr. Bashir came to the stall one quiet evening. He sat down, ordered his tea, and looked at Samir for a long moment. "You look different," he said. Samir smiled. "I feel different." Mr. Bashir nodded slowly. "You cleaned the window," he said. Samir shook his head softly. "No," he replied. "I cleaned my thinking." The stall was the same. The road outside was the same. The noise, the crowd, the dust, all the same. But Samir was not the same. His walk had changed. His eyes looked forward now, not down. He still made tea every morning. But now his hands moved with purpose, not just habit. People came to the stall not just for tea anymore. They came to talk to Samir. They came because something about him made them feel like their problems were solvable, like their life was not over, like they were not small. Because that is what happens when one person changes their thinking. They do not just change their own life. They quietly change the lives of everyone around them. Life did not change in one day for Samir, but Samir changed first, and that changed everything. He learned a simple truth. Your thoughts build your future. If you think small, your life stays small. When you think bigger, you grow. Not quickly, not easily, but surely. My friend, this story is not just about Samir. It is about you. Right now, today, ask yourself, am I thinking small because of fear? Or am I brave enough to ask a bigger question? Because the window was always open. You just had to look up. If this story moved something inside you, share it. And write in the comments, I will think bigger. I read every single one. Play button, thank you for staying till the end. That alone tells me you are someone who is ready to grow. See you in the next one.